Today we're going to be talking about what I think is a tasty lead guitar sound for your acoustic guitar. Thank you for your questions. This Tech Tip Thursday is brought to you by your questions, asking me how I get my lead guitar sound and what my settings are. So I've rigged up both the Voicelive 3 as well as my other little pedal board with the MOSFET full tone, full drive 2. I'm gonna go through the specific settings that I use both in the Voicelive 3, which is an amp sim and an overdrive, and a delay on there as well. And I'm gonna go through the settings that I have on this full drive 2. First, let's just talk about why I use an overdrive, not a fuzz pedal or a distortion pedal. I've just found that the overdrives have a smoother sound. In my opinion, they're tasty, they give a bit of that distorted edge, but I'm matching it to an acoustic guitar. So if I've just had some sort of nice kind of natural acoustic guitar tone, and then I go to a really harsh distorted sound, solo time. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. But that's with full boost on the full drive 2. Let's just record a little loop. This is from a song of mine called Days Go By, and then I'll play both the sound I get from the full tone full drive 2 and then the settings I have from the Voicelive 3 so that you can hear them both, and then I will go through the specific settings. Obviously all our guitars have a different tone and things to start with, so keep that in mind that you may want to change these settings to suit your guitar. Do what's right for your ears. Okay, so here's that loop. Okay, kicking on the full drive, I'm going to use a pick as well. There's a little delay and I don't have the boost on yet. This is what we get. So it's pretty nice. It's not obvious, I don't think. It's not crazily over the top, but it does have a little bit of that edge to it. So that gives you a little bit of the sound of the full tone. I'm gonna switch now to the Voicelive 3 and the lead sound I have there. It's going to be really easy for me to get carried away and just play in this video, but let's dive into the settings. Now, firstly, we're going to go back to the full drive 2. This is it's an overdrive pedal. We do have the option of a boost as well, and there's a few different settings, but generally how I go through and set this is I don't want too much overdrive, and it can be really nice when you're playing at home, but I find the bigger the venue and the more you're running through a big system, a bit more volume, overdrive can just start to create a few problems. And I've had a couple of comments obviously with people as well saying, how do you stop feedback when you're cranking an overdrive pedal for your lead sound? Well, one thing is obviously the feedback buster that I use, and as much as you can where you position speakers in your guitar, But the other side of it is obviously a combination of your volume level when you're playing lead and how much overdrive, how much you've really cranked that gain setting. So I don't think I'm going to get any feedback here, but let's just turn up the overdrive for the sake of it right now, and we'll go from there on figuring out the best settings here. So I've really maxed out the overdrive on the full drive 2 at the moment, and it means that we've changed our you can hear there's just a lot of like the noise floor has really crept up because we're kind of compacting that signal and chopping it. And it sounds pretty nice still. Okay, so I naturally want to play a little bit lighter. I don't think having this much driving the sound, because it's a sweet pedal anyway, is really helping. A lot of the tone is already in that pedal as soon as we kick it on, even with a light overdrive. So that's less than a third on the overdrive pedal. And you can hear the sound is a little bit thinner. It is, it's not quite as full a sound because we're not really driving and kind of chopping off the top of that audio signal. But compared to my natural acoustic guitar sound, I've got some love, especially when you kind of when you dig into those notes. Alright, let's now go into the Voicelive 3 settings and let's go through them so that you can see exactly what's there. Let's go through the lead settings now in the Voicelive 3, and if you hit guitar you'll see that we come into all these details, and I'm going to go through them. I'm running the amp as the 4x12 crunch. You'll see the pre-gain is 12, post-gain is 20 minus 24. That's to balance out. I don't actually want a lot of gain. I do have a drive on this that boosts the sound as well further, but that post-gain is really just to match my level. When I put the lead on, it's at a volume level really that matches and balances with my sound. Diving down into the settings, you're welcome to copy these, but the tone and the EQ settings will be much more relevant for my guitar necessarily than yours, so I would experiment with them. The biggest thing I have is a mid boost, which is, as you can see, at 659 Hertz. I'm not sure if that's its standard setting or if I've changed it, because it's been a long time since I set this up. I'm just filming these so that you've got the settings if you want to copy everything and play around with it from there. But it is important, I think, that you set up your own settings. So everything is in there. Feel free to pause this video or scroll back to really make sure you've got the details. Moving on to the drive. This is a lot stronger. I have a pre-gain of 22 dB, and it's a boost. It's rather than being a really hard drive or adding a huge lot of clipping, I guess, to get the sound. I really have this as a boost. The pre-gain and post-gain look like they cancel each other out. Minus 22 and plus 22. Okay, so that really does cover the settings that I use in the Voicelive 3. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's been fun making it and sharing a few little thoughts. And you know, thanks for jumping on this channel and joining me. And I really enjoy making these videos. And from your comments, I think they're useful. So I'm probably going to keep making them and having fun and learning about a bunch of stuff myself in the process.